Hello everyone, it's George F. Jr. and welcome to Huffman's House of Horrors. And today, we're going to be reading another creepypasta, 2 out of 3. It is The Dark Secrets of Scooby Doo. Now, and it's not usually like, oh, Shaggy and Scooby are potheads or Velma and Daphne have a side relationship. It's something a bit more good. So let's begin. Have you ever watched Scooby Doo? I mean, really watched it? If you have, then you've probably been as confused as I've been. Usually a standard Scooby Doo episode starts with the gang driving somewhere, and a monster appears, though not usually where anyone can see it. Instead, it lurks in the shadows, hissing and growling, and generally acting monsterific. This is the first stumbling block we have to logic in the Scooby Doo universe. Why exactly would anyone do this? Well, sure, if they were actually monsters, it would make sense, but these aren't monsters. These are people in monster costumes. Yeah, here they are, prowling around in the dark, acting like monsters when there's no one around to see them. Certainly, it's possible one or two are method actors and really are into their roles. But that just can't be true for all of them. Speaking of staying in character, the monsters, or rather people in monster costumes, rarely, if ever, break character. The mystery gang never stumbles upon the monster acting remotely like the person underneath the mask. Even when Shaggy and Scooby pulled their Let's Pretend We're Barbers shtick, the monster goes along with the act for at least a little while before realizing, hey, I'm supposed to be a monster. Even when a monster is being tricked, it doesn't act like a human. Perhaps the biggest mystery to Scooby-Doo is Scooby-Doo himself. Why does this dog talk? No one remarks on this in the show, but clearly talking dogs are a rarity. As far as I can tell, the only talking dogs in the Scooby-Doo mythos are the Scooby family themselves. One can't help but wonder why. Why do the Mystery Gang keep running across monsters in the first place? Surely this can't be mere coincidence. It's almost as if fate itself is drawing our gang of teens into these strange adventures. Indeed it is, as we soon shall see. The secrets of Scooby-Doo began long before the show even starts, perhaps even before the Scooby family was even born. My theory is that, at some point in the past, a person performed a spell that brought dark magic to the earth. This magic manifested in the form of cursed monster costumes. That's right, cursed monster costumes. It's a sensible explanation. How else can you explain costumes that are so realistic they could simulate anything, ranging from an evil bug from the future, an electrical monster, or a tar beast? Think about this for a moment. How can anyone take a wetsuit and a car battery and make themselves into a 10,000 volt ghost, or a tar monster? It's not possible, at least without some magic on your side. These costumes were spread around the earth by sinister forces. Every so often, a person of questionable moral fiber discovers them. The costumes use their powers to coerce these vulnerable souls. If the soul is vulnerable enough, the idea of running around in a monster costume to frighten people makes sense. Compelled by dark forces, the person puts on the costume and actually becomes the monster. This is why they never break character, why they enjoy looking around in the darkened woods, and why they can manifest surprising powers such as super strength. It's magic that makes it happen. Over time, the costume becomes more controlling. Its eventual goal is to transform a person from someone in a costume into a genuine monster. Often, by the time Scooby and the gang are involved, this is dangerously close to happening. This is why, when caught, the quote monsters rarely admit defeat. It's only when their mask has been removed and their humanity exposed to dispose, broken, and become human once again. Here's the real twist. What does any of this have to do with Scooby-Doo, you might ask? The entire Doo family is cursed. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know why, if they had anything to do with the magic that unleashed the costumes, or just so happened to make some powerful enemies. Either way, they were cursed into searching the world for these monster costumes. This is evident with the sliding scale of humanity exhibited by the Doo family. Hold up. It actually makes sense because the magic that turned Scooby and his family into dogs could have something to do with the monster costumes, and they have a spiritual connection to it. And that's why they always run into monsters. That and why Scooby and his cousin Scooby Dumb have speech impediments and are on all fours. And the reason Scooby Dumb's dumber than Scooby Doo is because Scooby Doo's a bit older and has more dog in him, whereas Scrappy Doo is always bipedal and speaks perfectly. So let's continue. As for Shaggy, Velma, Fred, and Daphne, I haven't quite figured out their place in the battle. Perhaps they are merely along for the ride, being thrill seekers, or maybe they're genuinely good people out to stop the forces of darkness, or perhaps there's a more sinister purpose at work. A truly terrifying secret we dare not explore at this stage. I'm looking at you, friend Daphne, but that's for another time. Okay, well, that was good. That's another one of those creepypastas I actually think are good and not just a torture story. And, yeah. Of course, if I ever make a Scooby series, that won't be the case. Anyways, that was my second of 3 creepypasta readings. Also, I originally was just gonna have the first of my 2 original horror stories to be uploaded on this date. However, and the original creepypasta one was supposed to be 2. However, since I'm having problems with those 2 stories, but I'll get them out a later day in this month, they how do I put this? They'll still be coming out. Maybe the first one will be next. I don't know. The second one will definitely be out by Halloween. So, bye.